What's up, Overcome Army? It is Monday. It is that first day. If you are off course, boom, we are going to get back on course. That is what it is all about, man. It is about defining that mission. It is about knowing our mission. It is that mission being the light in the darkness. It is about when you get off course, we get back on course. There's nothing wrong with that. All of us get off course, and guess what? The life ambushes are coming for all of us. All of us at some point will get on the X. And guys, you know that I have been on the X, and I'm going to talk about that because that really is part of the message for today. Everybody in life gets on the X. I've been on the X. I've had to live my own principles. But the first thing I want to do, guys, I want to give a big shout out. SEAL training, Bud's class, 347 starts first phase this morning. So right now, as I'm recording, it's about 3 a.m. out there. Those guys are probably getting up and getting ready to start. I'm guessing it's a 4 a.m. muster to start SEAL training this morning. And those guys are about to get their teeth kicked in. The first week of SEAL training is designed to just ramp the screws up and just try and grind and push those guys and make them quit. They want to weed out the weak as quickly as possible. So to class 347, if you watch this, hey man, remember my 3 rules. Don't quit, don't mentally quit, and life is not fair. SEAL training is unequivocally not fair. Understand those rules, you'll make it through training, and I wish you guys the best of luck to get out there and crush it. So, today's Monday Muster. It is about being on the X. So many of you know I've been struggling with some health issues. We finally got some answers, and I'm not going to get into that. At some point, I'm going to do a live, and I will talk about what's going on, because I will say for some of it, we may not have all the answers. Until I have all the answers, then I don't want to go into it. The bottom line, though, we found some of the answers. I'm getting some treatments, which is helping me and making me feel better. So, which is amazing. But I got to tell you, this goes back 4 months that I have been on the X. As I was struggling to understand what the heck was happening with me, as bad as I felt, and so many of us out there, it may not be a health issue, it may be a professional issue, it may be a personal issue, it may be a relationship issue. It could be 2020, it could be a pandemic. I heard that this weekend. Not a pandemic, it's a pandemic. Damn it, a pandemic. That's what we're stuck in, and it's overwhelming and just crushing on people. And it's so easy to get on that X. And especially if you are a type A driven person like me, I am a goal setter. I need to accomplish my goals. I need to be productive, or I start to feel bad about myself, and I start to feel like I'm just not accomplishing at the level that I want to be accomplishing at. And it's very easy for us type A personalities to start thinking about that, or anybody out there. As human beings, we want to be productive. But like I tell all my members of the Overcome Army, when you're in a life ambush and when you're on the X, your job is to get off the X. And I want to tell you, I want to give a big shout out this morning also to my friend Bedros Koulian. Bedros and I talk once a week. And over these 4 months, I've really, it's good to have that close friend that you can confide in, and that you can, even complain a little bit too. We keep that internal as a leader, but we have our closest friends that we can talk about those issues that we're facing. And I talked about Bedros a little bit about that, and the struggle that I'd had, the mental struggle, the emotional struggle of having these hard health issues without having any answers. The uncertainty was really weighing on my mind. And I told him where we were at, and he said to me, Jay, I know that this productivity thing is impacting you, and I know it's bothering you. I would be the same way. He said, but remember, at the end of the day, he said, your job is to get better. So he's like, whatever you can do, if you can do an hour of work, if you can do 3 hours of work, your job beyond that time is to get better. And that's what you should be focusing on. And guys, that is the message today about getting off the X, because it took me back to those moments when I was laying in that hospital bed in Bethesda, Maryland, so banged up, I didn't even have the strength to get up and use the bathroom. I literally had to have nurses help me use the bathroom. And that was an overwhelming thing to go from this super healthy, literally tip of the spear special operations warrior who had less than 96 hours later was going after the #1 Al-Qaeda leader, to find myself laying in this hospital bed, not even able to get up. I was on the outs. And when I wrote that sign on the door, guys, what I wrote about was the fact that so often we want to take where we were before the life ambush occurred, where we were physically, professionally, personally, whatever it is, financially, and we want to be right back there, you know? We want to be right back where we are. But the reality is there's two problems with that. One, it's going to take time to get us back to that level. And number two, we may never get back to that level. That's the reality. That's where we have to figure out our new 100%. And that's a different topic. For today, it's the time that it's going to take. And when I wrote the sign on the door and we dedicated it to the wounded warriors, I told them, I said, you know, before you were wounded, progress was measured in number of enemies vanquished, number of ground we covered, number of cities that we liberated, and then we're able to provide, number of villages we liberated and we're able to provide security for. All these things were the progress that we measured on the battlefield. And now their journey and my journey at that time was measured in a whole new measurement. And the problem was the measurement was tiny. It was measured in nanometers gained. It was measured in how much mobility would be regained in a limb, how far you could walk on new prosthetic limbs, how much skin could be grown over burned limbs, and it was measured in the smallest amounts. And guys, that is the reality. Your journey off the X is measured in the smallest amounts. Your job is to get off that X. And when the negativity, when you're overwhelmed, and when you're like, but I want these big goals, these are the things. When you're on the X, man, it's singularity focus, and it is the small incremental gains that lead you to success upon success, to success upon success, which becomes that new 100%, and it becomes that new path to success. So for you guys out there that are struggling, if you are on the X like I have been, it was the tiny little gains. And it doesn't mean that I didn't have hard days, no bad days. Didn't mean I didn't have hard days sometimes, but I focused on positivity and I focused on putting one foot in front of the other, and that is what it's about. So for you guys, class 347, you're gonna have hard days, I guarantee it. Put one foot in front of the other. Your progress may not be as fast as you want. For members of my Overcome Army, life is no different. Look at your mission. Use your mission as the light in the darkness, man. That is what will help you off that X. But recognize sometimes the advances are going to be tiny. They're going to be measured in nanometers. But even the smallest, tiniest advance is success. That is the message for this Monday. So get out there and crush it slowly, crawl, pull yourself. If you gotta use your teeth to drag yourself off that X, that is progress and that is success. All right, guys, much love. That's today's Monday Muster. Stay the course. Be that light in the darkness. Lead always. Get off that X. And and if you like this hat, you can get it at jasonredman.com. So, all right, guys, much love. I'm out. I will see you this week as we are crushing it. I got things coming, 72-hour course. I got to wrap that up. The new updated 72-hour course is coming with where I'm adding in physical defense because it's such a critical topic in this crazy world we're living in. So, all right, I'm out.